Hi guys. Hi guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am your girl Vanice and this is my first time going live, and today I will be revealing the story behind Born to Inspire. So I'm excited. I guess this is the most excited part of my day. How was your day? I hope you had a great day. And before I start to reveal my story, I want to have a moment of gratitude. I really want to thank you guys for the support, the encouragement. I want to thank you guys for really subscribing and sharing. I'm at, I passed the 200 mark for subscriber, and we're really growing this channel. So as I grow, we all grow together. And as I inspire you, you inspire me to inspire the world. So that is very inspirational. Yes. So this is my first live show, and excited, as you can see. So I want to reveal the story behind Born to Inspire. And the disclaimer is that I never planned to have a YouTube channel. Yes, I never planned that. I never planned it, but it's basically, oh, I see you last while you logged in. So hey Lottie. Lottie is one of my purpose, my friend. She really supports this channel. A true Born to Inspire fan. Anyways, back to the story. So I never planned to be a YouTuber. I was thinking more physical business, but I always believe in self-development. So Born to Inspire was really born at a time when I was transitioning from a dark place in my life. Yes, I was transitioning from a dark place in my life to where I'm at, and now settling and putting on the armor of God to go to the next level. So I will go to my history. So now it's history time. So get your crackers, your tea. Oh, yeah, I'm a country girl now, so I love tea and crackers. Some things are Jamaican, like, yeah, get your popcorn, anything, your food. I see my sister checked in. Hey, Sissy, my sis is a big fan. And my mom too, blessed. Big up Joni. Big up Monique, Life with Monique. Guys, you got to subscribe to Life with Monique. I am Unique Danique. She's also a supporter of this channel and also one of the persons that encouraged me to start my own channel. Support Dark Gunner 45. Dane is is also a fan of Born to Inspire, and he really helps me with the video editing. So back to the story. No more distraction, but I just want to acknowledge my peeps as they come in. So I was transitioning from a dark place in my life, and a lot of people don't know this because I'm not a person, I'm the type of person that I will help everyone, but when I'm going through stuff, I just kind of just deal with it by myself and with God, because I guess that's how a lot of kind people stay, we enjoy helping people, but when we're going through our stuff, we kind of take it hard way and just, create or, find some way of getting those feeling out. So I was at a place in my life where I was at my breaking point, and I was frustrated with wearing society's labels. Now, these labels are things that we have acquired while growing up, within our from our background, coming down our generation, history, things that we were told, things that we see in the media, and especially from those people that we value the most. So I normally was, sometimes I normally struggle with and I am normally withdrawn. So I'm that extrovert, but then I also have my time when I'm withdrawn. Big up my cousin Khadija. I see you, girl. And I I'm always everything for everyone else except myself. So I'll be going through something and I put my feelings aside, what I'm going through, and then I'm helping to save the world. You know, I'm like a superhero. I'm going to help you to go through what you're going through. I'm helping you, and I'm just helping the world while emotionally I'm deteriorating and my self-esteem was going down. And I've always have I self-worth and a strong faith in God, but I was just in a dark place. And I realized that I was very upset and angry with where I was, which I want to become successful. And these pictures that I have in my head, of becoming this person that I can transform the world, it's always put down by people that can't see my vision. And sometimes I want to borrow their mind and just believe that all these big dreams that I always have there, they're not possible because of my financial status, or because I because what society says, because where I'm coming from, I because I don't have the social background, or maybe I'm not eloquent enough. And we basically change we basically take on these labels. And then people are so hard, and people say a lot of things, and then we internalize them. Aiden, then that's my cousin, big up also. And we internalize these negative things, and we wear these labels proudly. And I was just at a point in my life where I never had enough faith. So yes, I am a strong believer in God, but I never had enough faith. I suffered with anxiety. So when things get too overwhelming, I stress. Yes, I stress. I'm flustered. I just, whew. And regardless of how talented I was, there was a lot of things in my life that God could not bless me with until I learned to have more faith, more patience, and I learned to work on myself. So the transition started in Portland. That's where I come from, the beautiful parish of Portland. Yeah, so the transition started there, and I realized that I was always I was always miserable. And as a Christian, I don't think that we're supposed to be miserable, happy. And I was just tired of being miserable. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being stuck. And I don't care what society says about your background, about your financial status. Guess what? I had enough. I want something different. And I know that I have, I don't know what it was, but there was something in my art. And there's always been something in my art that it just wakes me up. I can't explain it to you. But it's just like you have this purpose, and no matter how I'm trying to run away from it, let me tell you, it's there. And I fed up, and I remember that I was doing this emotional intelligent course. So I've been doing them, and I've been doing a lot of courses because I have always lived knowing that I don't want certain things to happen to me, but I never know what I wanted. And I couldn't make decisive decision as how I'd like to make them, because I don't know which direction to take. I was just playing it safe. And sometimes I had some good ideas, but those chatters, you're not good enough. Where's this going to come from? And before you're talking yourself out, you tell it to people that can't see the vision, and they're talking it, tell you that it can't work out. And I was just tired of having people around me that tell me that you can't be this, you can't do that, you can't. I was just tired of it. And I was just tired of myself. I was tired of myself telling myself that I can't do this, I can't. Because isn't it faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen? And isn't God the God of yesterday, today, and forevermore? And isn't God the same God that worked for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Esther? Isn't the same God of 2020? And I just was just stuck. And I remember when I was just tired of being hurt by people. I was tired of hurting myself. I was tired of telling myself these negative things, limiting myself. So, when you want knowledge, you want to do something. If you want to do something different, you have to find people that are making differences, in the world, people that are changing the world, people that are taking risk. So I started to listen to more programs on YouTube. Yes, I started to listen to motivational videos. God has directed me to a friend that showed me a book. I think it was Amway that I started to go to their seminar, and they showed me this book, The Go Giver. And The Go Giver is it's a book that's really caused me to start thinking different, because the more you serve is the more you receive, and the more you feel happy about yourself, and the more your confidence grow. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going through so many things in my life, but there are people that are going through worse, and I'm so grateful for what I have. At least I know Jesus, and when things get too tough, I can depend upon him. But still, I have always been putting myself aside, so still I need to give myself some time. I need to find me. So I started to read that book, and that book had me thinking about service. So I'm like, yeah, but I'm always serving, but there must be something wrong, because guess what? I'm still stuck. And that's in my intern at NCB. And then I started to, during that time, I went through a lot of things. I went through accidents. I went through a lot of transition from homes, because of how the landlords were treating me, because I am young. I went through a lot of discrimination because I'm a country girl. And, people tend to put you down if you don't look a certain way or speak a certain way, And they never know who God put in their hand. And, they never know what I'll be. And when I shared my visions, people would laugh at me because they say, you're not going to achieve that, And I was just like, because that's my attitude. You say I can't do it, I'm going to show you. But more than that, I reached a place in my life where I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone, and that's when God directed me to Les Brown and Lisa Nichols. And every day I will be listening to their videos. Every day I'll be reading my Bible. When I'm coming on the bus, I'll be reading my Bible. I'll be reading Joseph's story. I'll be reading Esther's story. I read that story like 100 times, and it's still so new to me, because I just feel like their story just resonates with me, I just feel like I call myself Mother and Esther, but don't watch me, I'm kind of extra. But somehow, and when I'm just down, I was just doing the emotional intelligence, and then I started to I did the emotional intelligence course. I listened to Les Brown. I listened to Lisa Nichols. I was reading my Bible. I was just reading a lot of books, going to a lot of seminars, and then I said, oh, I know what I want to be. I want to become a business owner. And then the department that I was placed in, they were encouraging me. So, they found out that I could draw. So then I said, okay, what kind of business I would like on the side? And then I started to draw. I'm at a place now where I should introduce you that I wasn't using any of my talents at this point in time. So, and during that time, I was basically, it was dark for me. If you're a talented person, you know that, especially artistic, that's how you express yourself. And I wasn't doing anything. So it was just dark, going to work, feeling stressed, complaining, feeling drained, have no time, don't feel any mood to take up my Bible. don't feel, hey everyone, if I don't even get to shout out to you, and I just appreciating you coming and supporting me on my channel, and I just happy and glad that you're here. And I was just at a place where I was dark and there was nothing. I wasn't doing anything, and most of all, I was just surrounded by some toxic people. And then I was withdrawn, and my life was like a roller coaster. And but in the midst, I'm trying to find me. It didn't make sense then. It makes sense now. It makes sense now. So I was reading all these books, and then God placed me into a beautiful department. Big up to the direct banking unit at NCB. They were one of the departments that really help to bring out the real me. Big up to Shem's Designs, because that's what really helped me to start. That they really helped me to start to face a lot of people. Because I love to be in my own world. So where I just draw something. So I wasn't using any of my talent, and they didn't know that I could draw. They don't know that I can do drama. They don't know that I can write poems. I never know that I could still write poems. That's a disclaimer. So this particular day, I was just telling the Lord that I want to become a business owner. I want to set up, my business. I want to serve the world. I want to be like a superhero. So, I want to just help people. And I really want to become a philanthropist. I really want to leave a legacy. So I had that in my head, but I was afraid to tell anyone, because I was just always used to a lot of people, except from like my mom, my sister, the close people around me that normally push me. Like a lot of people just normally say, girl, that ain't for you. I don't see that for you. But now I can happily say that's okay if you don't see it for me. Because maybe you're not supposed to see it for me, because God never gave it to you. He gave it to me. So I need to see what God has placed in my heart for myself. So I went and I did a little, a little fruit, a little flowers. They were having pixie something for someone pixie. And then that person liked it, and their pixie was like, "Wow, this is so nice. Who did this? Thank you, pixie." But the pixie wasn't revealed, so that she didn't know who it was. And everyone was coming up that, they found out that it was me, was asking me to do something for their pixie. At the end, she found out that it was me, and she asked me to do a portrait for her. This is the first time I'm drawing within like 4, 5, 6 years. And I'm not old people. I've been drawing from when I was a kid. So, and I said I want to challenge myself. And I said, God, when I was going to work one morning, it came in my spirit, and God was, I was reading Matthew on my way to work, and it was talking about the parable of the wicked servant that never used his talent. So God gave talents to his servants. He gave 5 to 1, 2 to 1, and the other he gave 1. The one with 5 went out and he multiplied. Or the one with 5, he went out and he got 5 more talents. How does it multiply? So he went out and he got 5 more talents. The one with 2, he went out and he got 2 more talents. So they basically went out and they earned more talents. The one with 1 talent buried his talent. So he never used it. And God, when his master came back, his master saying like, where's the talent, came, and everyone was presenting their talents. And when the master was saying, good and faithful servant, you have done well with your talent. And when he reached the one with the 1 talent, he was saying that, where's your talent? And he was like, I buried it because I know that you're a rich man acquiring goods and, riches all over. But I was afraid, something, so I buried it. So God said that, that I am a rich man that is acquiring, wealth, basically it's a wealth all over the world. And you're afraid and you buried your talent. You are a wicked servant. And he's a wicked servant because he never used his talent to make a difference. And God took his talent and gave it to the one that had 5 talents. So he ends up with 11 talents. And, that really hurts because I know that I have quite a few. And at some point in my life, I was asking why I had my talents because, I never know how to use them or I never see how it would be impactful. And you see, God can show you everything one time. So, the transition was starting there. And I was so uncomfortable, I felt so this void, I don't know, I just felt empty. I was transitioning, I felt confused. I was just in a dark place. Many days I was just on my floor to hush me because, I'm thrown out in this world to make life for myself. I never want to bother my sister, so I was just there crying. And then I just don't like to distress people. So I just go through my things with God. And I was like, I don't know where to go. But all I know where I'm at, that's not it for me. And so DBU, they recognized that I can do it, and I did this nice drawing. And they're saying she was Stashuna, big of Stashuna. And she was like, you got to promote Vanny's business. You got to promote Vanny's business, And she never know that she was actually being used by God for that, because I was saying that, I need to use my talents. And that's really, they say encouragement sweeten labor. Yeah, that's what's really sweetening mine. So, that really motivated me. And then the department, they came and they supported me. And that was good. And they helped to name my Instagram page, and that's it, Van Arts Talented. So you go on it and you see some paintings, you see some, not paintings, but pictures that look like painting. So, and that was the first transition of my life, and that felt like something came back to me. I felt like life came back to me. But then, I started, as I change, when you're changing, you become very vulnerable. So I starting to go through different experiences. Now I am at the stage where I am learning to take off the labels and stop being a people pleaser. Yes. So I still was wondering, what can I do? Because now that I am doing this, where do I go? How do I build my network? So I started to go to business seminars, and after work, just I don't get enough sleep. Like, I'm just at it, like, reading books. I'm at it. I want to know how can I become the best version of me. And I'm learning a lot of good news. I'm learning that I can be all that I want to be if I trust God. I'm learning that, hey, there's nothing wrong with failure. You just need to dissect the problem and learn from it. And that can be your greatest comeback or your success. And I'm like, ooh, because I was trained to become a perfectionist. And I'm like, we can make mistakes and learn from it. And you mean that if I am in charge of me and I need to become more decisive by knowing what I want to be and standing up for what I believe, irrespective of what people normally say. And I'm not normally like that. But after a while in myself, I realized that I'm second guessing my values because I never fit in. People say you're always extra, you're too got it. I never really fit in. Friends or whatever, I'm always the one that seems more mature. I'm always the one that seems got it. Sometimes as a young person, you're trying to fit in. And I was like, why can't I fit in? There must be something wrong with me. I'm so weird, because when we're going through things, I don't know why we're like this, but we normally say a lot of negative, hurtful things to ourselves, and if we're saying those things to ourselves, then it's going to be reflected in our attitudes. And if we behave a certain way, then how do we expect other people to love and treat and value us if we don't even know to do that for ourselves? So for the first time, I'm learning to love the person I see in the mirror and not thinking that person is ugly, irrespective of what anyone else think, because people actually say mean things to me. And not when I look at my mirror, I see a beautiful woman that God has created with a purpose. I no longer see a image of what the world, an image that is wearing the labels that I am not good enough and I can't become what I want to be. And I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I was. And thank God that I'm learning to stand strong in my individuality, and thank God that I no longer trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm not trying to prove that I'm the best Christian. I'm not here trying to prove that I'm going to be the best hero or, leave the greatest legacy. I'm not here trying to prove anything. Then I'm just here to do what the Lord has called me to do. And I'm just living. And I'm going to make some mistakes as I transition to be somewhere that I've never been before. And I'm going to learn from them because I'm not perfect. And going back to the story, DBU really helped me. And I started my little business. God know what he's doing because some months from then my contract at NCB ended. And I was unemployed for a while. Most people didn't know. But guess what? Paid my bills. Guess what? Put food on my table, and I wasn't out of food. And God just work in mysterious ways. Guess what? My same drawing. I draw for like 4 months and took care of my bills. And I even started my college degree within that time. And I look at God and I say, God, you're so good to me. And during that time, I was going through some dark situation and I was going through some spiritual transition. And I was making my mistakes. And I wasn't, at that time, I was making my mistakes. I was beating up myself. But then God said, listen, when I forgive you, I remember it no more. I throw it in the depths of the sea. Why can't you believe in yourself and know that I forgive you? Are the people that are beating you down, did they created you? And I was like, oh God, you're going so deep. I'm saying, yeah. And then I started to pay. So if you look behind me, see like on my wall, those are writings of Martin Luther King. Those are writings of Mother Teresa. Those are writings of Bible scriptures. If you go in my bathroom, Bible scripture, I just have things around me to remind me of where I'm going. So in case someday I feel down or I feel like I can't make it, I need something to remind me of that. And while I'm transitioning, NCB called me back and I went back to work, but I was still going through some dark situations. I was still trying to find myself. I was still going through discrimination. I was still going through a lot of hardship. I was still going through finding myself, but I was closer because by then I took some time to spend time with God. I took some time to spend with myself. And I realized that I never loved myself as I should. Because somewhere down the line, love got messed up for me. And I never know how to define it. Because when I think about love, it felt like pain. And when God just love me, and he just show me that my imperfections are, that I'm not judged by my imperfections, and he loved me for this woman that I am, that means a lot. And I remember looking in my mirror and saying to myself, Vanessa, I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to defend. And I got that from Lisa Nichols. Big up to her, I have nothing to hide. And today, I'm going to choose to be the best version of Vanessa. And on my work, and on my way to work, I am blessed. I'm highly favored. And I started to change my thoughts. Yeah. And I remember one day going to work, I just changed the image in my head. So I had this I was like, why are you so sad? Okay, let's do something. You normally you have a photogenic mind. So just change it. And I just stand there in front NCB gate. And I just start to laugh and I closed my eyes. And I just picture a girl in a garden. And she was picking beautiful flowers and handing them out. But these flowers are not normal flowers. They are flowers of value. And everyone she sees, she hands them value. And that day, I knew who I was. I was just not an ordinary girl that was meant to fit into mediocrity that society has labeled me with. But I was an extraordinary woman that was created to add value to everyone's life that I met. I was created to be impactful, and nobody can change that because God has placed that in me. So, guess what? I started to work on myself, and through that situation, I started to write my book. So I never know that I was writing a book, Leap. And I soon published, that book soon will be published, guys. Yes, it's in the making. You know, I have around 30 poems. And those poems tells my story. And it talks about, you know, my emotion, what I've gone through, you know. It talks about a lot. And I remember when I was writing Ray of Hope, for the first time in my life, I can recall I'm really saying, I wrote that poem saying, you know, I'm proud of you. You know, I'm so proud of you after all that you have went through, you know. And when I leave this world, I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to be the person that is breaking people's hearts, something like that. And I remember I just started crying. My coworker said, "Why are you crying?" I was just crying. I was crying. And then I texted my sister and told her, and she said, "Man, be careful. You know, you're crying. You don't want people to see you crying." I'm like, I'm okay with crying. It's my story. And if I want to cry, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry because it's my story. And I finished that book. It's going through the process of publishing now. So as soon as it's out, I'll let you get your copy. And through that point, it was so therapeutic for me, you know, because when I'm on a down day, I can just go over my poems, you know, and they just came in seconds. Like I'm writing poems right through, like in minutes, I'm just writing because there's a lot. And then I realized that, hey, this is the first time that you're really dealing with your emotions. And then I went back in time and I got a book one day and I said, hey, we're getting out everything. And I got a book and I wrote a book. Well, that book is for me because it's my emotion, everything, you know. And I learned that so many things that I'm struggling with is coming from my childhood. It's coming from things that I've gone through, but I'm not dealing with it, you know. And that's why that's when I say, you know, God has provided me with this talent. God has given it to me, and I can be an inspiration to the world. You know, people is always saying, by talking to you, I feel so inspired, you know, you have something within you, you know. And they're saying, you're so kind, you're so this, and, you know, I'm saying, it's just God, you know. And I felt that peace. I felt that what I'm doing, you know, and I was just searching for other business opportunities. And I felt lost again by doing that. And I just said, you know, it just came into me. Someone, I think it was a pastor that was encouraging me to start my channel, and I was thinking, I was just, you know, I was just finding excuse because then I was faced again with insecurities, and those chatters was going through my head, and I was saying, well. I don't know if I can do it. What if the world judge me? What if I'm not the best YouTuber? I don't know. You know, I don't really like the limelight. I don't know. I don't know if this is right for me. And like I couldn't be at peace. I was waking up in the night. I was having sleepless nights. I was just writing. And something say, better start. You ain't getting no peace until you start. So I said, okay, God, I'm just tired of being stubborn head. Okay. You know, because sometimes me and God rest, okay. You know, sometimes my head is very strong and he know how to get me. So you don't worry. Yeah, sometimes we have our time. Yeah, but, you know, big up to God. So I was just, you know, I was running by some of my friends and they would say, yes, Van, you need a YouTube channel. And Danik was like, yes, girl, you know, you can put your drawing, you can do this and this. And I said, no, I'm trying to find the best thing for me, the thing that I'm more passionate about. That was speaking. But I never know because, you know, a lot of people told me some of the bad things about my voice. But I'm saying all of this, and this is all born to inspire. And my first video, like, it nearly never happened because I was so tired from work and school and trying to get the book out and, you know, doing different things on the side. And I was just so tired. And I say, if it's even 11 o'clock, so just grab on a dress and just say, I'm getting this out. I'm starting this tonight. And I started it at 11 p.m., I think. And that's how this channel started. I'm saying this because I want you to know that there's something in you that's only you can do to be a blessing to the world. And you might not think that you're great enough or you have everything within you, but I'm telling you that you just need to put your trust in God, because He's going to bless you with everything that you need. Everything that you need is within you. And yes, it's going to make you feel uncomfortable, but sweetie, comfortable makes you complacent, and that ain't getting you nowhere. So it's time we get with it. Because even strong-headed me, I have to get with it. And if you don't do that thing, no one else can. And guess what? God is going to hold you accountable. So where the resources will come from, where the money will come from, where the things you need will come from, that's none of your business. Get started. Get started. Get started and everything will fall in place. And that's my message to you. You are enough. Stop limiting yourself because of people's opinion. Stop limiting yourself because of your background. Stop limiting yourself because of your excuses. Take control of your life. Yes, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little emotional. Pardon me. I'm a little dramatic. Anyways, take control of your life. Because if you don't, no one else will. No one else will. Stop asking people to love you. Stop asking people to value you. Stop asking people to treat you better. Go ahead and do that for yourself. So treat yourself. Love yourself. When you know you have something important to do that will change your life, don't procrastinate. Do it. Because it will build your confidence and it will build the individual that you are. If you got to read more books, read more books. If you got to change your friends, change your friends. If you got to walk alone, walk alone. If you got to walk out of that relationship, walk out of it. Whatever it takes, get with it. Because you're gonna find out that when you start to change, everything is going to change. And some of us will be in the same position of our life forever because we're afraid of what people think. People are allowed to keep their opinions. That's why it's called their opinion, not yours. So we need to get with it. You need to get with it. Because God has placed something important in you. And if you don't know it, it's time to take some time. It's time to do some emotional intelligence courses. It's time to take some time and find out who you are. So every day walk with a little book and write down these things, if you need it. Every day walk with a little book or your phone. And every time you feel happy, write down why you're feeling happy. Every time you feel sad, what caused me to feel sad? Then right there, you're starting to make decisions. You're learning what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Whatever makes you sad, eliminate it. If it's not, whatever makes you happy, go for it. If it's something good, because I guess a lot of people happiness come different, but once it's something that will help you to grow, to be the person that you are, that you're meant to be. And it's not going to be easy. And I'm trying to wrap up because when I get so emotional, I can chat and chat. But I'm wrapping up right now. And what I'm saying, whatever you need to do, stop second guessing yourself. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough. And you need to have something. You need to build your belief system, and also build a community of people that will keep you accountable. So when I'm doing my foolishness, or I'm not behaving as a person that I ought to be, I have my community that say, "Ven, that's not you. The Ven I know." And the biggest fan of that, the person that do that a lot, is my mom. Thank God. God bless my mom. And she would go and she talk about Bible story. I said, okay, mommy. So listen, whoever you are, wherever you are, you have greatness within you. And God have a plan for your life. You might feel stuck, but guess what? It's just a part of the journey. You're where you are because God wants to use your situation to be a blessing. If you have no test, then you have no testimony. You see, you just have to use what is in your hand, and God will do the rest. And I really appreciate you coming and listening. And I hope that through this channel, it will really be a blessing for you to just step out and be the person you are. You have to work on yourself, just go ahead and do it. You already know what you need to do. You know what's best for you, so go ahead and do it. And to say this as I wrap up, I want to introduce a new program to my channel. So I will be on every first Thursday. It will be speeches or drama, poetry, and every third Thursday it will be the motive behind the motivation behind the story. So I'll be doing interviews with other people that have inspirational stories. People that have achieved success, have gone through something, and they just want to share it with you, so that whatever you're going through, they can really reach out to you, and we can all learn from each other and just do what successful people do, as long as it is in accordance with the word of God. Just build yourself, trust God. The Bible is the greatest example. It really contains knowledge. If you feel that you're not knowledgeable enough, just go and take some time and just read Psalms, or you can start out with Proverbs. Start out with something that feels like it resonates with you. And then, ask God, talk to him, pray about it, But you are okay to be who you are because God chose you. So as I end this live, I hope you really enjoy it. And remember, if this channel is for you, please like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to reach as many people as we can because everyone needs to know how to work on themselves to be the best version of themselves. So thank you guys and have a nice night. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you, and good night. Good night.